All right, welcome to Yoga for Bone Health. We'll see you on the mat. So coming to our mountain pose, feet hip distance, toes pointing forward. Just rock forward and back on the feet and circle the ankles a little bit and the wrists, not circle the ankles, circle the wrists. And maybe stretch up face, maybe a little bit of shoulder movement. Just, getting a little organic, like a little watery, whatever kind of feels good, just follow. Oh, kind of like what your body is wanting to do in this moment, just to release any excess energy there. Big breath in, big breath out. And then we'll come to this mountain pose, closing the eyes or gazing downward, and just allowing yourself to settle into the body. Observing the breath within the body. And allowing yourself to arrive. So let's inhabit the body from the top of the head to the soles of the feet. Settling into this moment so that we may know our bodies better, so that we may know the tendency of our mind, and so that we may set intentions to practice kindness toward ourselves, to pay attention to the critical voice. And by pay attention, I mean like we can notice it and we can release it. And with that, we can open the eyes, maybe stretch out the face. We'll start rolling up the shoulders, forward and up, back and down. Your pace, of course. Checking in with how things are. The shoulders, shoulder blade, scapula. And we'll just let the shoulders be soft. Big breath in. Exhale, gaze over to one side. Inhale back to center, gaze over to the other side. Inhale back to center. Left ear to left shoulder. Inhale back, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale back. Repeating that after bringing your arms back, maybe grabbing the wrists or the forearms or the elbows. Big breath in. Exhale, gaze over the shoulder. Inhale back, exhale, gaze. To the other side. And inhale back. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Be nice and easy with yourself. Inhale up. Right ear to right shoulder. Inhale up, great. Stretch up the face some more, roll that out. Interlace your fingers, press the wrist forwards, but squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the navel up and back. So there's that stretch in two directions, right? You're reaching forward with the wrists, but you're pressing the shoulder blades together. So forward and backward motion. And then when you're ready, just reaching up as high as it feels comfortable. Just exploring this stretch, however that's available to you. And you can keep your hands as is, or you can release and grab onto the wrist. Big breath in, exhale. Over to one side, inhale, back up. Exhaling over to the other side. So modifying as you need to. Inhaling up. Exhale, coming over, let's lean the hip over to one side, just bring a little movement back and forth. First little hip opener there. And then inhaling up over to the other side. So leaning and reaching, so there's an upward and over motion plus leaning into the hip. I'm saying, as you need to, inhale, reach up, exhale, trace the angel wings back behind you, like don't throw it away, like really give that, the pectorals a nice big stretch, reaching back and interlacing your fingers again. Roll the shoulders up and back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press through the wrists, draw the navel in, hug in the ribs. So we're not gonna make this into a back bend, we're gonna have a nice tall spine, press through the wrists and just reaching up. So we can stretch out the front of the shoulders, the biceps. And release, right arm forward, cross it in front, squeeze it in. Maybe a little head movement, just exploring. Reach up, reach down. See what you notice at the scapula. What do you notice more when you're reaching up or when you're down? Let's lean and reach up, lean and reach down. Bring that arm up as best you can overhead, create resistance between elbow and fingertips and pull. So we get the back of the arms, the triceps. And then release, good. Roll up the shoulders and switch opposite side. Squeeze. And maybe a little head movement. Oh, then we'll reach. Up, reach down, lean and reach. Just exploring these little movements within these shapes. Okay, let's do some slow motion, like big shoulder rolls. Stretch up the face some more. Great. Okay, some cat cows. So coming into table. Bend the knees slightly and really lift your sit bones up to the sky. Gaze upward, drop the belly, big breath in. Exhale, round the back, press into the hands, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Maybe a little slow motion wag of the tail. And then when you're ready, coming back to cow pose. Breathing in. And breathing out into cat pose. So just moving between these two shapes at your own pace, exploring. I really want you, when you come into cow pose, to explore this, the back of the leg stretch. So really pushing the sit bones up, slight bend in the knee, because we're going to be doing some deadlifts today. So I want to make sure the back of the leg is nice and open, big stretches. Bend the knees and inhale. We'll rise up. Good. Little standing twist. So lifting one heel, just letting your arms be like skitty, wrapping around, almost like giving yourself a little tap in the chest. Oh, here. Last one. Good. All right, we're going to, hi Leslie, we're going to come into a squat, deadlift, little warm-up flow. So I'll just give you the a demonstration. So when we squat, we reach forward, we gaze forward, okay, and we sit back. And when we deadlift or forward fold, we gaze down. Our knees are bent, but nowhere near as much as the squat, and we're lifting our sit bones up and we're gazing down when we stand up. So squat and forward fold. Inhale up. Squat, forward fold. And I'm putting my hands on my thighs when I do this forward fold. Almost like to kind of push and encourage that upward motion of the pelvis, bringing the arms forward in the squat just to help with balance, offsetting the balance of pushing the hips back, seeing how. So just really sensing into that difference of squat, forward fold or the deadlift, one more. And coming back. Just bring your arms slightly out in front of you. And we're just gonna do a bit of a march, just lifting those knees up as high as you can to tap your palms of your hands. And we're just trying to get the knees comfortably as high as you can. So we're not compromising by getting the knees too high and then, losing balance or torquing the knee in some way, just high enough to really feel the effort. Also, we're increasing our heart rate. Breathing in, breathing out, lift the navel, shoulders are soft. Just nice and simple, marching. And release. Good. Sun salutation. So turning to face the seat of the chair or to the back of the chair, whatever suits you. Today I'll do the seat of the chair. And we'll step back and come to our forward fold. Stretch out the face, soften through the shoulders, rock from side to side. Modified downward dog, right? So getting really long in the spine. And then start to sway at the hips by pedaling your knees forward back and keeping your heels on the ground. Pedal the pelvis. Explore that stretch on the upper part of the hip as you draw the hip back and forth, back and forth. Good. Inhale, right foot forward, bend the knee, float your arms up to the sky, press into the back heel. Exhale, take the hands down and step back. Inhale, the left foot forward, press into the back heel, lift your arms, lift the heart. Exhale, take the hands down and step back. Inhale, right side. Exhale. Inhale, left side. And exhale. Good. Inhale, that right foot forward, left foot comes out to the side a little bit. Rising up, squeeze the thighs together, grow tall, reach up, pull down. Reach up, lift the arches of the feet, pull down, lift the navel. Warming up those shoulders. Connecting breath with movement one more time. And release, hands come down, turn that back toe forward. Stepping back into our forward fold. Inhale, left foot forward, right foot comes out to the side. Okay, press into that back heel, lift that back glute, lift the navel, reach forward. Pull in, reach forward and pull in. So it's the shoulder blades protracting and retracting. Isolating our shoulder movement here. Last one. And release, turn that back toe forward and we'll step back. Final forward fold here. Stretch out the face, make any little movements. It's gonna feel good. Prepare you for this weight resistance training, stepping forward. And then we'll take the chair. And have your heaviest weights nearby. And we're going to do the fly exercise. So the one where we lean forward, we're going to do that one first. So grabbing like a light to medium. And this I think is like the third week. So just seeing how it feels the first time around and making a choice to explore going heavier or staying where you are. So we'll grow nice and tall, inhale. Exhaling, come forward. Okay, our thighs are parallel. We'll bring the arms down and then make a little bit of rounding in the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Shoulder blades lift the arms and the weights. And then release. So I'm going a little bit heavier today, so I can't lift it quite as high. It's more challenging. But as we know, with weight resistance, without challenge, there's no change. So gotta explore that from time to time. And one more, if that feels okay to you. And just releasing those down and grabbing your other weights in a safe way. Taking the weights to the very top of your knees, thighs are parallel, grow tall, shoulders are soft, navel is lifted. Lift and lower the heels. You can stretch out the face, just lift and lower, just repeating at your own pace. Could be my pace, could be quicker, could be slower. But let's keep the navel engaged by lifting it upwards towards the heart. So should be feeling effort now in the calf, right? Should be noticing that. Okay, and release, bringing it in a little bit, not quite half. So, hug in the ribs, lift the navel, shoulders are soft. We're gonna lift that leg up really as high as you can, press the foot forward, drop it down, lift it up again, tuck it in. So we want to feel that weight resistance, that effort, and we're not gonna lean back or sideways because our core is super steady. And we're supporting the leg with our core, just lifting up and down. Okay. Last one to tuck in here. And release. So this leg already, like it feels tired, it's worked. All right. And lifting, pushing forward, lifting up, tucking in, hug in the ribs, shoulders are soft, lift the navel. Weight, resistance, weight, bearing should feel like a pull, like we're pulling, lifting that leg. Last one to tuck in here. Okay, yeah, so that feels like effort. Bringing the weight into the middle of the leg, grow tall again, lift up and over, up and back. One. Switch sides. Stay connected with the breath. Really lift that knee up without leaning over. Last one. Okay, and release. Okay, we're gonna come into bringing the weight at the thighs, but I wanna do one more fly before we do this standing up and sitting down. So I'm just gonna put those weights down and pick up my medium weights. And then this can be a time where you could make a choice to stay the same, go heavier, go lighter. Just gonna show you the side view, just make sure that you have that really solid, this alignment. Inhale, grow tall, exhale, come forward, just slightly, arms at the side, and then a little bend in the elbows, okay? Hug the navel up towards the spine, big breath in. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Don't lift with the arms, lift with the scapula. And it's a pull, right? So inhale, pull, release, inhale, pull, release. Inhale. Hold. Release, last one, inhale. Hold just as high as you can. And release, okay. So moving those weights out of the way, grabbing onto those heavier weights. Bringing it right to the hip joint. So last week we sat all the way down, I'm pretty sure. This week we're just going to basically tap our butt to the chair and we're gonna make it a little more cardio. So coming forward, feet hip distance apart, big breath in. And exhale, thrust the hip forward, tap the chair with the butt, thrust the hip forward. So full on squat here. Go your pace. Just try to connect breath with movement. Last one. Good, arms at your sides, roll the shoulders up and back. A gentle squeezing of the scapula in towards each other. Lift and lower the heels. Asking our calves, once again, to work. Keep that heart lifted, shoulders engaged, holding the back. Should start to notice effort here. And last one. And release. Good. Goes down and we'll move the chair out of the way. I don't think we need it again. So, as promised, deadlifts. Bend the knees, hinge at the hips, grabbing on to either two of your heaviest weights. If you're feeling like, you know what, today is not the day for two of my heaviest weights, then go either two medium or just take one heavy weight and hold it between two hands. Okay, now the weights are going to be in front. So palms in front of the thighs, feet are hip distance apart. And this is where we're going to do that forward fold like we did in the warm up. So we're going to inhale down, just sliding the weight down as far as mid shin. Okay, so that's about as far as a flat back, tabletop. And then exhale, squeeze the glutes, kind of push the hips forward. So we're engaging the back of the leg, but being careful that we're not coming into a squat. Exhaling up. Inhale, we're gazing down, we're lifting the sit bones up. Exhale, thrusting forward, squeezing the glutes. So I want you to keep going. I just want to watch. Okay, really important, squeeze the shoulder blades in together. I don't want to see any rounding at the shoulders or at the upper back. So try to lead with the heart as you come forward and like we're bending the knees, but not squat-like. Okay. Yep, keep those shoulder blades squeezing in together. And we're just looking down, keeping the spine long. We look down and then we rise up and we look forward and we look down. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And release. Grabbing on to light. Let's start with light. You could kind of go light medium depending on how much variation you have. Okay, standing a mountain. So we're going to really focus on shoulders here. Palms are facing back. We're going to row, bringing the elbows up. Then a slow bringing the arms up to cactus. Then we take it back, down, and release. So it's row up to cactus. So feel that external rotation in the shoulder, internal rotation of the shoulder coming down and release. So row, external rotation, internal rotation, release. So make a little mental note right now, like, okay, yeah, this feels challenging enough. Maybe next time I go heavier, or maybe it's like, you know what, I think these are too heavy and I should change it up next time. But moving slowly and with control is really important. This is going to be the last one. Good. And release. And picking up some like medium weights for a goddess squat plus an around the world. So you know what, we didn't warm up our goddess earlier, so let's just do a couple of plies here. We'll like squat and then this shift the hips a bit just before we kind of launch into it. Make sure we're nice and stretched through the adductors. Okay, so this time when we come down, the arms, palms are forward, and tap it in, tap it overhead. So expand, contract the leg muscles and the glutes. So the whole while, I'm really lifting my navel and I'm hugging in at the ribs. You go your pace. Maybe lifting the arches of the feet. Inhaling down, pushing into the feet, really lift the kneecaps, rising up. This will be the last one. And then release. Turn the toes forward. Bring the feet together. Okay. Scapula. So we've been focusing a lot on the pulling action of the scapula, I'd say the last 3 or 4 weeks. So choosing if you want to go lighter or medium, palms face up, weight is in your hands. Arms are at 90 degrees, grow tall, squeeze the shoulder blades together, feel that pull, and the arms will follow, and then release. Squeeze, and release. Squeeze, and release. Squeeze, release. Last one. Squeeze. And release. Okay. Wondering, maybe you can tell me after, if you're noticing if you're feeling stronger in the scapula, if you've noticed any difference. Okay. Back to our deadlift. So grabbing those heavy weights. Or whatever weight is suiting you today. Remembering that. I'm your guide, but you are the expert of your body. Palms are touching the thighs. Toes are pointed forward, feet are hip distance apart. Slight bend in the knee, lift the navel up towards the heart. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Slight bend in the knee, not a squat, right? Exhale, squeeze the glutes, come forward, push the hips forward. Slight bend in the knee, lift the sit bones up, we're gazing down. Exhale. So your shoulders are slightly engaged because we don't want this. So just look here for a second. We don't want this. You see that? That's lots of stress on the back. We need to have that engaged. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Keep going. Okay, yeah, looking good. Looking good. Yep. All right. And release. Grabbing your lightest weights, please. Okay, I'm going to take your arms out to the sides. We're making a T, lift the navel. And we're just gonna do like these little mini circles in one direction, maybe about 8 times. So it's about 4. Pause, reverse. Release down, stretch up the face, roll up the shoulders. Kind of shake that out. Because now we're gonna turn the palms up. Bring the weights up. This is why it's really important. This is light. This has got to be light. Circle in one direction 8 times. Keep the heart lifted, shoulders are down, and then change the direction. Release. Okay. Goddess around the world. So picking that kind of medium weight or whatever weight you feel like is appropriate for you today. Feet nice and wide, toes pointing into the corners. So we're going to inhale down, tap, exhale up, lift the kneecaps, lift the glutes. Nice and controlled. Really not allowing for momentum. Like as we bring the weights down, we're doing it with control. We're not just letting gravity do it. You know what I mean? I picked weights accidentally a little bit heavier than I did earlier. It's quite a bit more challenging, but I can do it. It's okay. Really noticing the effort though. Okay, this is the last one. And let's rise up. Okay. Turn the toes forward. Woo! We'll put those down. Okay. Final one for this sequence. Really isolating biceps. So often we do bicep curls like this. The arm is down and we curl. Just let me catch my breath. But this one, we're gonna bring the arms forward and curl in like this. So you might need a different, like a lighter weight than what you usually do for bicep curl, because we're not just isolating the bicep, right? Check in with your scapula. Lift the navel, hugging the ribs. What are you noticing from the upper back? And if you're noticing like nothing, and it's just a bicep, that's okay. I would say maybe try heavier second time around. Last one. Okay. Release. Back to deadlifts. Actually, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Make sure you're hydrating. So, picking up those heavy weights by hinging at the hips, bending at the knees. Palms are facing the thighs, toes are pointed forward, feet are hip distance apart. We're gazing forward, and there's like a lifting of the heart. When you lift the heart, feel how the shoulder blades come a little bit closer together. Maintain that, big breath in and come down. Sit bones rise up, slight bend in the knee, forward fold. Exhale, recruit the muscles in the back of the legs, including the glutes. And bring those hips forward. So this is the stretch, coming down. This is the strengthening, rising up. So keep that heart really open. Don't let the shoulders kind of crowd the chest in any way. Last one. And release. Okay, back to the row. Lift up, come back down and release. So picking the weight that is right for you. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier. I went really light last time. I'm gonna try a little heavier. You do you. Okay, row tall. So we roll, lift the elbows out to the side. So it's like upside down cactus. Slowly, with control, external rotation of the shoulder. Should feel a bit of weight in the shoulder. Internally rotating the shoulders forward and bring the arm down. So pull, pull, release, and down. Pull, pull, and release, and come down. Last one here. Nice work. That's an important exercise. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep these same weights and we're gonna do that around the world goddess. So it was too heavy for me last time, so I'm easing up. So bending into our goddess squat, reaching up, really lift the kneecaps and lift the glutes as you rise up. And then feel that expansion on the way down. Contraction on the way up, controlled arms all the way down. Keep that heart lifted. Last one. And release. Woo. Scapula. So picking your weight, I'm going a little bit heavier because we've been focusing on this. Palms up, elbows at 90 degrees. Okay, I'm squeezing the shoulder blades together. Arms follow, and then I'm releasing. So I'm making sure that the initiation of this, the pull, is from the scapula, the back body, not the front of the shoulders. Now, just be careful. Don't let the wrists kind of be limp or curled. Make it like so it's a straight line from your elbow to the knuckles. Last one. And release. Okay, back to deadlift. So we're cycling through deadlift and goddess for our lower body. Palms at the thighs, toes pointed forward. Lift the heart, really like lift it up and feel those shoulder blades kind of come together. Maintain that shape, big breath in. And the only thing that changes, slight bend in the knee and we fold forward. Gaze down, like we don't have to look anywhere because the spine just stays in this long position, so we're not changing the head shape in any way. But there's always that sense of leading with the heart when you come down, right? Because you've lifted the heart, shoulders aren't crowding. Squeezing the glutes to bring the hips forward, last one. And release, good. Your lightest weights. Standing in mountain, palms are facing the sides. Catch the breath. Okay, arms come out to the side. We've made a T, not higher than the shoulders. Circles, slow circles, about 8 times. And then reverse. And then down. Take a break. A little wiggle break. Maybe move the head from side to side. Just check in if there's any tension that's collecting there. All right, now we turn the palms up. Lift the arms out to the side, circle in one direction 3 times. And then change the direction. Okay, and release down. We'll put those down. So final goddess squat. So picking the weight that suits you. Goddess legs. When you're ready, squatting down, keep that heart lifted with control and grace. Really paying attention to the legs, lifting the abdomen, keeping the shoulders really steady as we like create this nice big shape. Pulling, right? We're really pulling. Weight resistance. I'm really glad I picked my medium and not the heavies, because now that we've done this like 4 times, I'm really noticing the effort. This is going to be the last one as we come up. And as we come down. Yeah. Rise up, turn those toes forward. Okay. Catch your breath. Okay, the next one is bringing the arms up. I gotta go to lighter weights. I'm gonna strain myself. Bringing those weights out forward. Squeezing in. Releasing out. And so that's the other thing that can change when you're doing this kind of exercise. It's like sometimes the first time you do something, you're like, it's okay, maybe I'll go heavier next time. But depending on what came before that, like you might be tired, right? And so you have to honor that as well. Okay, last one. Release. And down. So we're gonna grab on to heavy weights to the very top of your mat. And some mediums. Maybe one lighter one just in case. You can ditch the shoes or keep the shoes, entirely up to you. And maybe taking a sip of water before we come down onto the floor. So coming down as you choose. Hiking the knees. And just let the shoulders kind of rest. Feel the spine along the floor. Just gently. Just reconnecting with breath and body, acknowledging the effort. And we did a lot of shoulder stuff. That is the truth, and we're gonna do a little more. But let's just take a moment, just pause. Okay. Bring the feet down, and we'll do a hip thrust to start. So that is grabbing onto a heavier weight. Bringing it in, squeezing it really close to the body, then bringing it to the pelvis, feet are hip distance. Tuck the shoulders under, gentle tucking of the chin. Feet are hip distance apart, thighs are parallel. Big breath in. And exhale, let's lift as high as you can and inhale down. Exhale, lifting up and keeping the thighs parallel, hug the glutes, feel the quad stretch. Exhale, inhale. Check that your chin isn't migrating up to the sky. On this next exhalation, lift the hips and we're just going to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow release down. Good. Taking that weight in close to you as you roll over and drop it off. And then grabbing onto, let's say, a medium weight, just one. Feet are flat on the floor, and we're gonna imprint that low back down into the floor so we feel the engage of the abdominals. With two hands, lift the one weight up to the sky, and you're just kind of like holding onto it, one hand gripped over the other. It doesn't really matter, gentle tuck of the chin. Now what we're gonna do is with these long arms, so there's a slight bend in it, but mostly long, we're going to reach it back behind us until the weight hits the floor. So if you're doing that and you're like, oh wow, that's too heavy, switch it up, go lighter, okay? Because you'll be able to tell. If it's fine, stay where you are, press the navel down. With these long arms, I want you to really feel yourself pull this weight back up over your head. So with control, we're bringing it down, maybe a slight bend in the elbows if you need to. Big breath in, press the navel down and exhale, pull it up. So we're going to do that a few times. And yes, we're meant to feel this in our shoulders. But you know where our obliques are, just keep going with the pull and the release down. There's another set of muscles a little bit higher up on the side of the body, okay, like upper ribs area. And when you pull, seeing if you can kind of connect with this upper rib, like kind of under the breast, and trace it along to the side of the body into the back body. So that's why it's really important you press the navel down so the abdominals are engaged and you pull this arm up. Okay, last one. And release. Okay, roll over. Grab your heavier weight for the hip thrusts. Setting up. Tuck the shoulder, tuck the chin, thighs are parallel. Inhale. Exhale. Hips come up. Feel the stretch in the quad. And the glutes just toning upwards. Lifting up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Keeping those thighs parallel. This next time we lift up, you're gonna hold. Inhale, exhale up, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow inhale and release down. And then switching it up for that pull maneuver we did. So picking the weight that feels right to you. Maybe switching your grip, taking one hand, the opposite hand on top. Arms come up, press the navel down and put that low back. Allow your arms to come up overhead as best you can. Connect, low back to the floor, exhale, pull and reach it up. I'm going to demonstrate one more time and then I'm going to come and watch. To make sure my instructions are coming through in your alignment. And it might be that you're only feeling it in the shoulders because we've really worked the shoulders today, and that's okay. This is the first time we've really targeted this part of the body. It's looking good. And release. Okay, let's stretch out our legs a little bit. Let's squeeze them in. Stretch out the face. Circle the legs out and around. Your pace. Connect with the breath. Staying connected with the body. And then changing it up. Opposite direction. Feet up, knees out, happy baby. And here, I just want you to release one side and kind of straighten the leg on the one side, like just kind of loosen up your grip so that you can straighten one side and then straighten the other side. Just kind of alternating, just so that we can stretch out the back of that leg a little bit. Just exploring this, however it feels good to you. You can even do 2 legs at the same time. And then soles of the feet toward each other, knees away from each other. Let's bring the feet down as wide as your mat, arms out to the sides, or maybe even like almost like up and over the head. Just let the shoulders be soft as we sway the knees from side to side. Gentle windshield wiper. Actually, yeah, let's reach the arms up to grab onto the elbows and pull to the opposite direction of the knees, the elbows. Keeping the head neutral. Maybe pausing on one side, really exploring the stretch of the hip, shoulder. Release. Let's bring both feet up, both arms up, open and close the hands, squeeze and spread the toes. Now we'll nod the wrists and point and flex the toes. So make a little fist with your wrist, nod them as you point flex, low back should be pressing down to the floor, maybe stretching the face. Then circling the wrists and the ankles one way. And circling the other way. And then just shake them. Shake the arms, shake the legs. Keep shaking. And then we're going to release and come into whatever shape is going to feel supportive for a few moments of rest. A few moments of relaxation. A few moments of surrendering to gravity. Surrendering to this stillness in the body. Letting go. Just letting the body be like, feel like you're just floating on a raft. Just down a gentle river where there's no dangers, there's no fear of crashing into anybody. It's perfectly, perfectly safe and beautiful. Just lying on your back, floating. Or any other image that resonates with you. Noticing the pull of the mind, coming back to breath and body as best you can. Soften the jaw. Maintain this like open hand turned upwards. So we're not holding on or clenching in any way. Letting the belly be soft. Just allowing both mind and body just to kind of be on holiday, just for another moment or two. No need to do anything. No need to go anywhere, just being here in this moment with yourself, for yourself. And I'm taking a big breath in, opening and closing the palms, squeezing and spreading the toes. Maybe moving the head from side to side, whatever movement feels nourishing. Maybe reaching the arms up and overhead for a gentle full body stretch. Completely letting go once again. Taking your time to roll over to one side. And then taking your time to gently push up to a seated position, either on the floor or moving to your chair. Pausing here, sensing into this transition of the practice. I'm going to invite you to bring your hands up to your heart center, checking in with the heart. And ask yourself, how can I bring kindness towards myself today? How can I bring compassion? How can I care for myself? Take a moment to thank yourself for taking care of yourself in this way. And I hope that you are able to care for yourself once you come off the mat into the rest of your day. And we'll seal in with a unifying Om as we inhale together. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. It's a privilege each and every time. Thank you.